Hello, my name is Luke Adams. Today I'm here to talk to you about my research on the Upper Mississippi River / Great Lakes region. To give you kind of an idea on where this is, it's mostly northern central states to northeastern states. It also includes parts of Lake Erie, Superior, Michigan, and Huron. This area incorporates parts or wholes of 10 of our states. These states include Michigan, Indiana, Iowa, Ohio, Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. Since this is such a large area, the landscape greatly varies. The northern and eastern portions are very heavily forested, and in these forests you'll also find things that are going to be forested as well as herbaceous wetlands. You'll also find a very large amount of glacial lakes, and along with in these northern areas you find a lot of beaver ponds, especially near the river floodplains that usually will flood hundreds to thousands of acres of forests. The southern and western portions of this area are mostly dominated by agriculture. The common vegetation, just like the landscape, varies greatly across the region. This includes many types of trees. It includes trees like the silver maple, the river birch, the bur oak, the green ash, the huckleberry, cottonwood, and the swamp white oak, just to name some of the common ones. Along these forest floors, you've got a lot of plants that are adapted to live there. Some of these common ones include buttonbrush, gray-headed coneflower, and cardinal flowers. Since there are so many beaver ponds and glacial lakes and other wetlands, there's a lot of aquatic vegetation. And some of the common ones include wild rice, cattails, bull-tongue arrowhead, American locust, and water lily. The weathering patterns, just like everything else, of course, vary greatly across the region. Even though it varies a lot, many of the northern states are very similar to each other. And this is in the sense that their summers are mostly mild. Some of them can reach temperatures of 90 degrees or more, but they rarely see anything over 100 degrees. They get large amounts of precipitation, however, most of this is in snow. The more southern states are also very similar to each other, but like the northern states, they vary. But the southern states are on average a lot warmer, a lot harsher summers. Often seeing temperatures of over 100 degrees and some even over 110 degrees. Not to mention they're a lot higher in humidity. The winters are cold, but they're not near as harsh. You pretty often see temperatures below freezing and sometimes down to 0 degrees or lower. Precipitation comes in pretty large amounts, but it's mostly in rain, although they do receive pretty generous amounts of snowfall as well. Wetland types, they vary a lot, especially as you go from north to south. A lot of the northern ones, you'll find bogs and fens. Bogs are pretty high in acidity. They don't have any water flowing through them, and they have extremely large amounts of peat in them. The fens, they have a pretty high water table. They have large amounts of peats, not quite as much as the bogs do. And they have water flowing through them. The northern wetlands are found to be mostly oligotrophic, and the central and southern are mostly found to be mesotrophic and eutrophic. Landscape alterations. In this region, it's been mostly for agriculture purposes. There's been many drained wetlands that are, millions of acres, and this has caused, many different types of problems. It's everything from runoff to sedimentation. A lot of the runoff is getting in the rivers, and this can be toxic to a lot of animals, or it can cause abundances in nutrition, which can also be harmful as well. And The sedimentation, of course, muddies up the waters and rivers, and many of the species that rely on cleaner water are mostly cut out